He's fucking Falcon.
Well, we already have another Falcon.
I don't care. It's Baby Bird.
Baby bird. Lost the wing.
We'll call him Robin.
God, no.
Chaotically Nerdy is a podcast made by nerds for nerds. This podcast is made by adults, for adults, and children with bad parents. Adult language will be used and adult situations may arise. Listener discretion is advised.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Chaotically Nerdy. On this week's episode is me, Joaquin.
And me, Sam.
I'm Ethan.
There's no Ethan.
I'm Tyler. There probably is an Ethan, let's be honest.
Not named. I don't count.
I'm Tyler.
I'm Jarrett.
And he's still Ethan.
I'm Ethan.
I'm going to be honest, I kind of expected you to say Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross.
Yeah, that's the energy you definitely give off.
No, fuck.
Angry.
Hey, I'm giving off Harrison Ford vibes. I'll take it.
And William Hurt.
I'll take it. What?
And William Hurt. Both of them.
Fair.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
So this week, if you haven't caught up on that, we're going to talk about Captain America: Brave New World.
Yeah.
Jarrett made the script, so take it away, boss.
Oh.
Actually, wrong. Go to our Patreon and Discord. There's links in the bio.
Take it away.
Okay, Tim Robbins. Wrong.
You can do that because we got shit on our Patreon. We got some free shit. You can see the scripts, unless Jarrett makes it because he doesn't upload it to the deal.
I have to print them out,
post
so
it.
I don't fucking upload it. I have to print it out here.
Yeah.
So I don't post it.
If I make the script, though, I post the script on Patreon, so you can fucking follow along with us if you want during the episode, or you get a sneak peek of it.
You don't want my scripts. It's just all train of thought. Makes no goddamn sense. Literally makes no sense.
Mine don't make a whole lot of sense either. Do you not remember the last episode we just recorded?
Mine make even less sense because I don't make them.
Correct.
Yeah. It's like
You've made
none.
at least one.
I've made several.
Have you?
Yeah. Quite a few. I just don't make them anymore.
I don't count the D&D ones.
I made other ones outside of that. I've made other ones outside of that.
Yeah, I knew. I had you make one of the, like, we did something for Lord of the Rings.
Rings of Power?
Yeah.
Did you do the first Rings of Power?
Yeah.
I wasn't on the second Rings of Power, so I wasn't there. All right, Jarrett, take it away, boss.
Ashley made that one anyway.
That doesn't count.
I just put my name on it.
Yeah. You're that fucking kid in school.
Yeah.
Turn in someone else's homework. You're like,
If it's writing, fuck yeah. I hate that shit.
So the movie starts out. I don't know exactly when this movie is set. If it's set before Secret Invasion or after. So I'm not sure when that president is not Thunderbolt Ross in Secret Invasion. So I don't know if he's the one before or the one after.
I would assume after, just because of the chain of events of this.
It seems like it, but
I would assume
they don't do a lot of prequels.
Sometimes they'll do some shit out of order. It's just it's never stated when everything is. So it's
Captain Marvel was a little bit out of sync for that. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, Thunderbolt Ross has just been elected president.
Yeah.
Basically, he's just this is it. It starts off at his victory speech.
It starts off like right before he wins.
Is it before he wins? I thought it was a victory speech.
It's right before he wins because they're talking about you're going to be president in a few minutes, essentially.
Oh yeah,
Played by
Harrison Ford.
Harrison
Ford.
Jones.
Nope.
Indiana Ford.
Yeah,
Han Jones, Indiana Solo.
somewhere in that mix.
I don't. Okay. Sorry.
Anyway, but he's I forget exactly I just was terrible because I made the script literally 3 hours or 4 hours ago. I've forgotten the exact lie. He says something about he's like a changed man or something.
Yeah. He basically talks about togetherness.
Yeah, and you're like, I don't fucking buy. Immediately, I'm like, he's lying.
Yeah.
This guy's lying.
He's a politician.
Yeah, that's
he's a liar. That is like the number one. That's like the only prerequisite.
Yeah, I didn't put the
It really is.
I didn't put the /S, but it's with the /S on the script. Ethan.
Are you dishonest?
Lying,
Got the job.
A politician lying. What?
You need money? Lie to me real quick.
And then it cuts to Sam
Drinking.
He's in a bar watching this speech.
Yeah.
And tries to pay for his drink. And bartender says, "Your money's no good here, Cap."
Yeah. Which has got to be one of the best perks.
Yeah, sure. Then it cuts to a mission. I'm pretty sure.
No, it does.
Yeah,
because
where Sam is going to track down this Japanese asset that has been captured.
Yes.
I don't know if we know it's Japanese yet, but it is.
we don't. We just know it's something that's been captured by Serpent.
A serpent, which is a much cooler name than their actual name in the comic, Serpent Society.
Is that their? It's Serpent Society.
Yeah, it's way cool.
That's very phallic.
They're very.
It makes me think of Invincible, the Lizard League.
Yeah.
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 You want to guess who they're parodying?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would assume.
Yeah. Which I guess really all these are more like parodying maybe Cobra, maybe G.I. Joe, which is equally as dumb.
Well,
maybe.
yeah.
I'm not sure if Serpent Society was before Cobra, but I'm assuming it was. Because it doesn't feel like a relatively old thing. It feels more new.
That's a good question.
Yeah, I'd have to look it up. Anyway, Sam fucking does like a nosedive because he makes a comment to one of the operators or the fucking surveillance people.
He's talking to Joaquin.
The other guy though, that's with Joaquin.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
We don't care about that
unnamed
guy.
army personnel. He's like, yeah, this is gonna be a stealth mission. He's like, stealth? Do you know? You must be new or some shit like that. And he fucking dive bombs.
Yeah.
And then the physics makes no sense because he lands super soft, and then the shockwave comes down.
Yeah.
There's a lot of physics stuff.
I know.
There
really
movie.
is. There,
Yeah.
Well,
so much so.
physics never makes sense with cap shields and
Yes.
stuff like that. But that one was, I was like, he would have died pulling that much G's to slow down that fast, and then the shockwave hits.
Yeah. Here's my thing. The physics are so fucked up on this that I spent half the movie going, did he take the super soldier's hero? Because
It's the vibranium.
I couldn't tell.
It's the vibranium. It's a cheat code.
Because he does some shit in it that I'm like, yeah, he took it. And then he does some shit in it and I'm like, well, he clearly didn't
There's
take
a
it.
specific scene he catches a fucking flagpole from Red Hulk,
Yeah.
and you're like, how the fuck did you catch that?
Yeah.
And your arms not just go. I think their cheat code is his suit's made of vibranium, which
I guess.
is kind of a cheat code. I mean,
It's only so much of a cheat code.
It's
though.
because let's go back to Black
Because
Panther.
mass exists.
He
right?
still took the fucking super.
well, he took the herb,
Yeah.
which is essentially the
Super soldier serum.
Say that 4 times fast.
No, thanks.
The SSS.
Yeah. Well, it's not 2 S's.
What?
It's not 2 S's.
I said the SSS.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 3.
It's not the SS.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank God.
Anyway, Joaquin New Falcon, he's both smooth
And a dork.
and
Yeah.
dorky as fuck.
Yeah. He's like really cool with it, and then
Yeah.
it happens, and he's like, "Fuck yeah, that just
also,
happened."
this is the second thing we watched as Danny Ramirez.
Is it?
Yeah.
What's he?
He's in The Last of Us.
Is
Yeah.
he?
Yes.
I guess I don't
He
remember.
plays the guy in the Space Needle.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah.
I would have never recognized him.
He looks he looks exactly the same.
Does he?
Yes.
I didn't pay enough attention, I guess. I was also on drugs during The Last of Us from the Achilles repair, so let's.
And then it cuts to okay. Yeah. Giancarlo Esposito is the
Secondary bad guy.
yeah, he's a secondary. I'm trying to think. They give him a name.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. It's.
Fuck.
I'll find it.
It's some snake related thing, isn't it?
Yes.
They're all snake related, but he's the villain. They're in
Sidewinder.
a church. Sidewinder.
Yeah.
They're in a church. They're holding priests and nuns hostage. Him and Sam fight.
Yeah.
When he fights the other.
He fights the
bird.
big Russian guy.
Yeah.
Or I'm assuming he's Russian. I don't know for sure.
He's definitely played like some Norwegian or Russian guy.
I don't know, but he dislocates his arm.
Yeah, they do about like 14 wrestling moves in this sequence, and I'm like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
These are wrestling moves. He does like a fucking arm drag and a fucking power bomb.
They do some weird shit.
They did.
Sam's been watching some wrestling.
He's been watching too much WWE. I'm like, what are we doing here? This is all fake. Anyway, they end up they don't capture Sidewinder.
But they do get
the
stuff.
The which we know now is
Adamantium.
adamantium.
Unobtainium Mark II.
I mean, adamantium's basically the thing from the comics, but
I know.
it's kind of important.
Yeah. I'm not saying it's not.
Yeah, it's not as dumb as unobtainium.
No, it's not. But I mean, it's still
dumb.
It's a MacGuffin.
It's
a
it's MacGuffin Mark II because vibranium is MacGuffin 1 now.
Yes. Anyway, they get to that. They're like, Sam's like telling Joaquin, he's like, we're going to teach you some new moves or some shit if you're going to be the Falcon all the time.
Well, no, Joaquin's asking.
Yeah.
He's like, you got to teach me your moves.
Yeah.
And he's like, you're not ready for that.
But we're going to go talk to Isaiah.
Yeah.
And then it's just this whole, like, Sam's telling him, like, don't be a smart ass. Don't keep your mouth shut. And what's the first thing Joaquin does? He just walks in there and starts popping off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He's like, holy shit, the original Cap.
No,
This
the
is-
forgotten Cap.
Yeah.
This is really where I started checking out because the dialogue was so cheesy.
Yeah.
It is like a half step away from him saying "pow" every time he punched somebody. It's
Joaquin,
so bad.
I could see Joaquin
see it.
saying
It's not just
"Pow."
Joaquin though; it's Sam too.
Sam,
little bit.
that's a Mackie thing, I think.
It is. I
Mackie
think so.
has a lot of cheesy dialogue. It's just,
He delivers it cheesily.
yes.
It was not entertaining to me. The
like
dialogue, like the sort of quippy. There were some good ones, especially with the conversation with Bucky.
Yeah.
There were some good ones in there, but that felt more like Marvel-esque kind of quips. But this felt really bad.
I'll tell you, it might be because this movie had about 14 different rewrites and reshoots. It was all over the place.
It felt all over the place a little bit.
That makes a lot of sense then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's certain things that it's just like you can tell. At one point, there was like, I don't think the leader, Samuel Stearns, was in it. It was all Serpent Society shit. I don't know.
It kind of felt like that because it felt like it was supposed to be Sidewinder.
Yeah.
And then it felt like you kind of forced, it almost felt forced that leader was in it or that he was the main.
Because how do you make Esposito like your secondary bad guy?
Yeah, it is
that's
almost
part of it
like
too.
I guess he could be like a Crossbones-esque figure where he could come back in another movie, but it did seem like he's kind of wasted
Yes.
Yeah.
in this role.
Well, I mean, so was the Mandarin. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah. So
Yeah.
it's not like Marvel hasn't done this before with Ultron.
he wasn't.
I mean, it's,
he wasn't a joke in this movie, but he's just kind of like a generic mercenary bad guy.
yeah,
type.
yeah,
It could have been anybody
Yeah, he could
playing Sidewinder.
Yeah.
yeah.
Anyway, but yeah, Joaquin and Isaiah have these fucking quip battles
Yeah.
where they're just trash talking each other, you know. And then it cuts to, we go to the White House. So Sam and Joaquin get invited to the White House because they retrieve this.
They retrieved adamantium.
And this
They
is part of
invite Sam's friend
they invite
Isaiah.
Bradley to go with them, but they're here because this is like a press conference. It's not a press conference, but it's like a
It kind of is a press conference.
yeah. It's a press conference to debut Ross's new treaty,
Yeah.
where they're going to divide up Celestial Island, which is where the adamantium comes from.
They
From
wanna
Celestials,
yeah.
I don't know. They don't really
Yeah,
explain.
I mean,
they
the
don't really
name gives it away.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't really explain where or not where, but like, it's like, is it like an ore or is like the celestial made of adamantium? It doesn't really. They don't really
It
explain.
doesn't explain it at all.
They
Doesn't
don't really
need
need to. Yeah. Because it's like we'll probably never touch on the fact that they have to refine it. It'll just show up now.
Is this
Yeah.
is this the first instance of
Yes.
of adamantium?
In the MCU.
In the
yes.
MCU.
In the MCU?
This is the
Yes.
canonization of it.
Oh, okay. Are they moving to do Wolverine?
At some point they are.
Yeah. They will
to
eventually.
redo Wolverine
At some point they will.
because I mean he has to have some adamantium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this
A
is
little bit.
yeah. This is at some point it will happen. I don't know when, but it will happen. Anyway, so yeah, Sam meets Thunderbolt Ross and he immediately makes a joke about he had to shave the mustache off because
Yeah.
that's one of the defining characteristics of Thunderbolt Ross is he always has this giant fucking mustache.
Yeah. They said lose the mustache
Yeah.
or lose the election.
And this is how you recast. You just kind of make a joke and then move on. We don't really never acknowledge it ever again because he's like, yeah, adamantium is now the canon. Ishido Sama appears.
Yeah.
Plays the prime minister for Japan.
Yep.
I was like, it's funny because when I went and seen this in theaters, I did not recognize him. But then when I had to rewatch Shogun, when we did the episode, I was like, oh my God, that is him.
I don't think Ashley recognized him. I didn't.
He doesn't have the facial hair. It's kind of like it's kind of hard to recognize unless you're like, because he also speaks English. He doesn't really speak any Japanese in Shogun, or in this, he only speaks Japanese in Shogun. So you're like, oh, okay. You're not really used to his voice. And then a sound plays, and Isaiah and a couple other people that are at this press conference go fucking nuts and rogue and try to kill the president and the other world leaders. And then Isaiah, being a super soldier, just fucking
wrecks some people.
Wrecks people and runs away. And they, like, I forget what his name is, the actor who plays Isaiah. But he had like when they track him down, he snaps out of it.
When he's in the park and he's like, "What the hell happened?"
Yeah, but then when they go to arrest him, and he's like, "Don't mess up my suit."
Yeah,
he like
because that's the only suit he has, and it's the suit he got married to his wife in.
Yeah,
but he delivers the line with like such a painfulness. Carl Lumbly, yes,
the line that got me more so than the suit line. I mean, don't get me wrong, that one was touching, but. The I can't go back inside.
I can't go back inside. Which almost leads you to think he's gonna like freak out.
I expected him to try and super soldier his way out.
Super soldier does not make you bulletproof.
It does not.
No.
It makes people not target your legs.
Apparently.
But it doesn't make you bulletproof.
Should have shot him in the knees. Took out Pedro.
And then it cuts to we're introduced to Ruth Bat Seraph.
Yeah, whatever her name. I never once heard her name.
It's Ruth. That's how I refer to her.
She is the new version of Black Widow. Essentially.
Well, no.
She's this movie's version of
she's
Black
an ex-widow.
Working for the president.
Yes, working as like
a bodyguard.
As a security advisor. And I just don't really care.
No.
She should have been Sharon Carter.
Yeah.
And just like at least tie this back into more of the Falcon Winter Soldier stuff of Sharon being like a power-hungry power broker.
Yeah.
Because what better place to be than like the fucking president?
Next to the president? Yeah.
But also not like a appointed official.
I read your next note.
Yeah. Giancarlo being a badass villain.
Surprise Pikachu face.
This is when he ambushes Sam, and he's just like they're like trading blow for blow. I'm like, God damn!
And he keeps stabbing him.
And I'm glad they at least address it later on, even if it's in a semi clunky way of how fucking Sam survived getting stabbed.
That was one of the things that made me think like maybe he had super healing now because.
I really do like that they brought Tim Blake Nelson back after 15 years of him getting gamma goo radiated on his brain.
Yeah.
I'm like, thank God we're finally paying off something. Which this movie does pay off a lot of stuff from other movies, which is a good thing. And also, it's like, I think it makes it more clunky in some ways.
It almost does it too much.
Yeah. I think
it's almost like they're tying off lines that they don't want people guessing about.
Yeah.
Not guessing out. I think they don't want people complaining about it nonstop. Like, people have been complaining about the Celestial Island since Eternals came out because they never touched on it again until this. Like, I think there was a clip or something in the newspaper in She-Hulk or something, or maybe something that mentioned it, but they never even acknowledged it. It just, you've seen it.
I didn't pay that close attention to She-Hulk.
I didn't finish it.
Let's see, there was also a fucking reference to Wolverine in the She-Hulk. There's something about a guy running around with claws coming from his hands.
I don't know.
It's just it's in a newspaper article where it's like they can obviously be like, yeah, that didn't count.
I gotta stop reading ahead.
So yeah, they go. They're trying to clear Isaiah. They figure out that he's getting brainwashed. They track the signal.
Well,
back to the black site.
Yeah,
because they watch the security cameras in the where the press conference is held.
Yeah, in White House.
They go back and they watch the security cameras in the White House by hacking into the White House. I mean, that's obviously easy. And and they start seeing like these people getting like
they're seeing flashes from their phone,
like repetitive rhythmic flashes. Yeah. So that's
biohacking essentially.
Yeah. And then the song plays. It's the same song every time.
Yeah.
That's what sets them off.
But they track the signal back to this black site.
Okay, so Sidewinder, Esposito, blows up and destroys Falcon's really nice truck.
Yeah, it's big jacked up GMC.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
GMC AT4X.
And then they take off again in the GMC.
Is it a GMC? Oh, I thought
no, he gets back in it and drives away.
It can't. It's fucking like blown up in half.
100%.
It's probably part of the reshoots.
Yeah, he gets in it and drives away. It is smashed on the front whenever he drives away, but he absolutely gets in it and drives away.
But you can literally see it. Like, it's actually broken in half.
Yeah, which is another thing. Like, he threw the grenade out and it, like, immediately, like, concaved the half of it. And, like, I was like, that makes sense, but whatever.
Yeah, well,
I didn't question it.
Okay, even if that happened.
But it was on fire. Okay. It was on fire.
It was on fire. It was blown up.
I didn't even notice that they drove away in the GMC.
And he drives away, and then they drive the same GMC, which is now pristine.
No. It's a different one.
Is it different?
Because they switched to the electric Hummer. They
switched to a Hummer at some point.
That pissed me off because I was like, you're going to sit there and charge that fucking thing every 400 miles? Fuck off.
Yeah. I don't think the black site's that far away. It's somewhere in Maryland, I think.
Everything's in Maryland or Virginia.
Yeah.
I mean, the rest of the U.S. doesn't fucking exist. It's New York, Maryland, Virginia, and L.A.
Sure. You gotta be close to D.C. But anyway, they go there. They break into the thing, and as they're trying to break in, like there's a time crunch. There's the door.
Between the guards.
The door opens, and then Sham just shoves the shield in there.
Yeah. He does use
it's versatile.
I mean, it works.
It did work. I'm like, there's probably a easier way. Serum.
True. This movie is just here's why you should have took the serum.
Yeah. In a nutshell, it kind of does do that.
I mean,
the song "Mr. Blue" is a callback to that was his call sign. That was the leader's call sign in the message room when he was talking to Bruce. It's just that's a neat little callback. They actually found a song that was titled "Mr. Blue" that they could use. I'm like, look, there was some attention to detail made here. Was it in the right places?
Probably not.
Maybe not.
Well, okay.
It's impossible to tell who.
There's like a weird scene. I don't remember where it's at, but Sam throws his shield.
Mm-hmm. It might be.
Oh, it's after they're getting arrested. When they get arrested after leaving the
black site.
The black site.
Yeah.
And Sam throws his shield at some soldiers.
Yeah.
And it's like the worst CGI I've seen. Period. That's including Black Widow, right? That I've seen. Period in Marvel in the MCU, and it's just like even slower than what it should be because he threw it right. So it should be flying like pretty fast, right? And it just kind of flies into the middle of them.
Oh, it knocks all three of them out.
And it knocks all three of them out, but it doesn't hit anybody.
Yeah.
It just kind of flies in the middle, and then they're like, "Oh God!"
Yeah,
it's a fucking shield.
Yeah. Agreed.
It sucks.
And
then that's like the first time that they're actually showing any real CGI outside of the weird like dive bomb thing. That's like the combat doesn't really show any real CGI until then. Not really.
No.
And then now it sucks, and then it continues to suck from this point forward.
I'm assuming this is like reshoot stuff that they just didn't have enough time to
mess with it and make it look good.
There's some other stuff there.
I don't know. Take your time next time. I mean, this was bad. Like in like a year and a half, you're gonna watch it again and be like, "Wow, that really sucks."
Yeah.
I forgot. This is where Stern reveals he is orchestrating everything because they break into his lab.
Yes. Well, they break into where he was being held. It's not even his lab.
Well, it is his lab. But
It is, but he's being held there as a prisoner.
as a prisoner and now he can do like these improbable calculations.
Yep.
And it shows him, and my first thought. I didn't think this when I saw it in theaters, but I did think of it today. Is like, oh, he could totally like Angstrom Levy is totally achievable in live action.
Oh yeah, because he looked damn near
Angstrom.
identical.
I'm
Like,
assuming
he looked
Angstrom
like
is
a
probably
green
based
Angstrom.
off of him.
That's
like
exactly
his
what I thought when I saw him.
Yeah.
I was like, that's just the same guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm assuming he's based off of him. I'm pretty sure the leader's been around at least longer than him.
Probably.
I would guess.
Pretty sure. Yeah, then they leave, they get arrested, like they said. He throws the shield in the terrible CGI Ethan mentioned, and it comes back, and as he's running away, there's like 4 more of them, and they're shooting him, and he's holding it up.
Yeah.
And they don't shoot him in the legs.
Yeah.
And apparently the vehicle takes no damage again.
I'm assuming it was bulletproof, at least glass. Glass, I don't know. I'm like, I'd give him the benefit of that on some of this stuff, but I'm like, yeah, it did not take a lot of visible damage, if any.
They're terrible shots as well because there were 2 other people without a shield.
Yeah.
One with handcuffs.
Don't you know? You take out the guy with the super. Oh, he doesn't have the super soldier serum.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember where does Harrison Ford get angry at? Who does he get angry
after
at?
this, Angstrom calls him.
Yes, he gets. Yeah.
Angstrom. He's called him fucking Angstrom.
It's when he's in Japan. He's in the private quarters in Japan with advisors and stuff, and they're arguing about something, and he gets really pissed and he slams his hand down. On the counter.
Yes, and then Stearns
They're arguing
calls
about
him.
what to do next.
Yeah.
Whether they should, because at that point, I think it's actually 2 of the leaders talking to him, and they're basically like, you have to get Japan back on board if you want us. I don't remember who the other 2 were.
India and somebody?
France, because it says Paris.
Yes.
I remember it said Paris.
And then
I was like, fucking
they're
French.
talking about what they should
like,
really do next.
Why is France involved? Maybe because there's like
France.
French,
France is a world leader, especially in nuclear power.
But I mean, like, it's because it's in the Indian Ocean. But then I thought about it. It's probably because they have like French islands there, right? Like
they might still
like French
I don't know.
interests, at least.
I think it was more he's trying to like unite the world on this.
Economically and especially in power production and research. France is one of the top.
But yeah, then he gets mad because they're arguing about that, and he just wants to be angry Harrison Ford.
It's just it's his old personality showing. I give him some credit. He does try to not be warmongering Thunderbolt Ross for part of the movie. Yeah. But then he just slips into the old ways when he doesn't get what he wants.
Yeah. Definitely. And like as soon as something goes, like he gets the slightest mishap, it's back to like, I'm a fucking wartime president. Because he does say, he's like, he says, I'm a wartime general. I'm fine with being a wartime
president. And then
president.
later goes on to give a press conference where he's like, togetherness, peace,
prosperity.
Peace and prosperity. I'm like, make up your damn mind. His public face is much more.
You mean you don't believe that a president would kind of make commitments and then backtrack and then make commitments and backtrack, and we've never had that. Not one of our presidents has ever done that.
A politician doing
a politician lying,
saying one thing and doing another.
God, what sort of world is this?
So glad this movie's fake.
And then he decides he's got like, fuck it, I'm gonna go to Japan, or Japan.
He went to Japan and talked to the Japanese,
and then he comes back.
Yeah,
and the Japanese was like calling his bluff on everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
But Japan is like, we're sending our naval ships
to take it over.
Yes,
and so then he's like, well, fuck you.
I'm going back. I'll go back on a naval ship of our own and meet you there.
It is basically a big fuck you.
I am curious if because I know Japan has a navy in real life, but they don't have like real committed armed forces. They have, I don't remember what it's called, but basically they just patrol their own coastline,
like a coast guard, essentially.
Yeah, but they don't actually
like get out and about.
And the Japanese people, for the most part, as far as I'm aware from stuff I've read and watched and stuff, they don't want they don't want a military.
Yeah, the last time they had a large military, bad things happened.
Yeah, yeah. They tried to take over China, and they did take over China, and then they got pounded.
It's like bad things happened to them because their military started going places they didn't need to be going.
Yeah, that happens, but that's not the point. That's not the point.
Yeah.
Right now they have a commitment. So I wonder what happened. I wonder what happened to change that from after World War II to being okay. Now we need to have an extremely functional Navy that can go out and extend our influence.
Yeah,
I think the easiest answer to that is the emergence of superheroes.
yeah, that is the easiest.
I think so.
And then
I think that's gotta be it. But
we have to do something to protect ourselves.
yeah.
Yeah, I think in this world it's just assumed every government is just trying to find a way to kill any
The
superhero.
Avengers.
Yeah,
I mean, they should do that. Honestly,
yeah,
they cause nothing but problems.
They do destroy so much more.
yeah. But then they also save half of the universe, so it's like,
Yeah, but would they really have ever been really targeted without the superheroes? It's a whole.
I don't know.
That's a whole Lex Luthor thing going on there. That's his whole thought process is that because of the superheroes we got targeted, so
Yeah.
we have to.
Get rid of the superheroes
Yeah.
so that
Yeah.
therefore
Yeah.
we'll no longer be targeted.
I'm not sure if it's iced over or if that's because it definitely was not that way in the Eternals, but the Celestial does look fucking dope as hell.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
cool.
And I'm sure if that's just maybe like rusts or patinaed into looking like that way, or if it's iced.
I,
I don't know.
Couldn't
Oh,
tell
it
you.
looks
It looks really
all
cool.
white. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Also, they're not really islands. They're not.
No.
islands.
No.
It's not an island. It doesn't look like an island.
It is weird that they call it Celestial Island like it is.
So what are you going to call it? Celestial hands and
Call
face?
it the Celestial.
you call it a restroom? Is that what his name is? I forgot the name.
Well, they don't know.
But-
They don't
Yeah,
know.
they-
Who
I
gives,
was-
just
as I
fucking
said, like,
call
that-
it the
that-
Celestial.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jon Snow didn't tell them.
Call it the big
I don't
fucking.
know. Jon Snow knew.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm pretty sure it's only his girlfriend.
Probably.
And Barry
I don't remember
Keoghan.
that much of the Eternals.
I don't. I do.
Because one of them can't speak.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Then while they're doing this dogfight with Japan,
Joaquin gets hurt.
Joaquin, I'm not really sure exact. Like, I guess he like threw some sort of like disarm or like
Well, he's
shot
he's trying to.
disarming
Yeah,
things.
it's they're
Because
like
they didn't blow up the other one that he disarmed. Like immediately, as soon as he shot the second one that
Yeah,
actually
you're
blew,
right.
it
You're
like
right.
blows up in his face. I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Well, I think that's kind of meant like he was close enough that
It
a
just
wing
went up.
hit it.
Something happened. I don't
It's
know.
like the way it
happened so
looked.
fast. I was like, what the fuck happened? Like, why did he get blown up?
Well, they were both going for that missile. I remember that.
Yeah,
And then
because
they were like,
no,
back off. I got it. And then Joaquin's like, no, I got it. And
And
I got it.
Joaquin
I
is
got it. I got
way
it.
closer.
Yeah.
Because he was taking out the two that were
Yeah,
there.
So maybe when he was messing with it, Falcon accidentally interacted with it or something.
anyway,
and
Either way, he gets,
one winged angel all the way down.
yeah, he gets blown up. He gets burned.
in a burn unit now,
Yeah.
getting fixed. Sam is watching over
What
him.
is that? He's having like some sort of surgery. Sam's in there.
Why is Sam in there?
Sam Wilson.
Oh.
Yeah.
I thought you meant your wife.
No,
I'm like,
why the
she's
fuck-
a nurse. I don't know.
I get what you're saying, but no, Sam Wilson.
Yeah. Then like Sam hears somebody walk in. He makes some smart.
Say
he's like-
Falcon next
he's
time.
like,
He's not Falcon.
he's Cap.
He's just in a suit.
He's fucking Falcon.
Well, we already have another Falcon.
I don't care. It's Baby Bird.
Baby bird. Lost the wing.
We'll call him Robin.
God, no. Anyway, he makes some smart ass comment. He's like, "Yes, no visitors or something." And Bucky's like, what? I can't remember exactly.
I don't remember what he says. It doesn't matter.
But he's like, even for like an old friend or something. And Sam's like, "Oh, thank God it's you."
Yeah.
And I think this is probably my favorite part of the whole movie is them just
Having banter.
the banter. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is the part I miss.
Because it feels like MCU dialogue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it feels good. And then Bucky gives that big speech, and he says, "Did your
speechwriters
give you that?" He's like, "Well, I made a little bit of it."
That was fantastic.
That was good. That was good. I enjoyed that. Yeah,
because he tells him like this big long speech about how he's gonna get through it and or some shit like that, and he's like, "Yeah, speechwriters did real good on that one."
Yeah,
it's like they did like 90%.
I bet Bucky's using an AI. He's like got Copilot up, being like, "How do I convince?"
Are you fucking kidding me? Bucky can't operate Copilot.
He can.
No.
His arm.
No, he can't.
He got an update to his arm, so he just.
But he's really good friends with the fucking Wakanda people. You can't tell me they're not using AI.
Yeah, that don't mean he knows how to operate it.
I told you, he got the fucking update.
You just text it. Say it's a person. They'll give you an answer.
Text Shuri. He's like,
he's got fucking.
I need a speech.
He's got a version of Shuri on his arm now, and he just talks to it.
He doesn't know Siri. It's not a real person, so he's like texting him
that's
WYD.
Ironheart, goddammit.
What are you doing? Like 2:00 in the morning.
Yeah. Anyway, Bucky's a senator.
Yeah, apparently.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. A spoiler for the Thunderbolts because he's in it and he's also a senator in that.
Okay.
It doesn't really explain why he decided.
He became the senator. He just did it. He said, "Fuck it, I'm 118. Why not?"
I think he wanted to make a difference and not.
Well, the Senate is not the way to go.
Yeah. Or something.
You have to go to law school and become a judge. That's how you make a difference.
It never really explains, but it's fine. Because he quits being a senator.
Senate
pretty
making
much.
a difference.
At least I'm pretty sure he does. It really seems like it by the end of that movie. He does not a senator.
Maybe I think he's just wanting to do some insider trading. That's how you do it.
Probably.
He's
like, I'm 118. I've got nothing but a metal arm to show for it.
To be fair, that's kind of what you did back in the day, though. Like you were a war hero. You came back, did some shit, and then
you ran for government.
Yeah, John McCain.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he's just kind of like doing what he knows, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, he has to leave, and the movie is worse off for it.
Yeah, it is. Really is.
It really is.
He really could have used him fighting Red Hulk. Really could have used.
Could have used fucking anybody.
Yeah. Look, this movie's expensive enough. We didn't need to add anybody else's salary budgets to it. Like, how much do you think Harrison Ford got fucking paid to be in this fucking movie?
Oh God, so much.
Bajillions.
Yeah.
Bajillions. Wait, what?
$1 bajillion.
$1 billion. I love that our brains are so fucking set to that.
Stern's like explaining his revenge plot. Like at this point, Ross is now giving a press conference, being like, "The treaty is done. We got it done. It's all done." And it cuts to Sam and Stern's in a park somewhere. And he's like, "Yeah." He's giving an evil monologue.
Yeah, he's basically talking about how
he's like, "I can't.
Ross will never change.
Yeah, he'll never change. So I'm going to destroy his legacy." And we find out, I guess, finally, if you didn't know that Ross.
How the fuck do you not know it's in the trailer?
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
It could have. Maybe people have never seen the trailer.
I mean, maybe.
The trailer actually shows him
turning into Red Hulk. I thought it was going to be a much bigger plot point than the last 20 minutes of the movie.
I mean, it kind of is, but
but not really.
Yeah, it's they tease you like 5 times, right? Yeah. He keeps getting angry. You're like, oh no, this is it.
I don't care how you write this. Red Hulk trounces Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. There's no way. Yeah. Like, he takes out his spine. Yeah, I mean,
I think that's what he's.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. I'm agreeing with you. Like, there's no way.
No.
There's no way.
No
vibranium.
Logistical way.
No.
Other than
logistical.
Logistical.
Oh, logistics.
See, and now I want President Red Hulk.
I think
we all want President Red Hulk.
I'm not sure. Maybe this is one of the rewrites that they tried was in the comics, because Red Hulk is kind of a new thing. It's like in the mid 2000s is when it got introduced.
Yeah.
You don't know who Red Hulk is. You just know a Red Hulk has been going around destroying shit. And the whole comic run of that is leading up to it. It reveals that it's Thunderbolt Ross, the guy who fucking hates Hulks.
Yeah.
I feel like that would have been a more compelling movie, but maybe they tried it and it didn't work. I don't know.
I
Just feel like instead of having, this, it would have been more interesting.
yeah.
Because this has got like 4 different plot points trying to
Like merge.
mismatch. Yeah, it's kind of a mess in terms of the plots.
Definitely is. Also, I'm going to be 100% honest. I zoned out after the fight. I don't remember anything after that.
There's not much left after that, really. There's like a couple of scenes, really. It's like, so they, eventually, like we said, through some
They
shenanigans.
close it up kind of rough. It's not really
Like, I remember
There-
Sam
okay.
going to prison, but I don't remember anything that he said.
You want to talk about some bad CGI? There is a shot. There's not a shot. It's several shots. Whenever Sam's trying to talk him down at the end, and it's cutting back and forth, and it is very obvious that Sam is CGI'd into this shot somehow.
Oh, yeah.
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 It looks rough.
Yeah. I remember
I
that.
don't know what happened. Why?
Well, I am confused as to what happened to the MCU. I know that they don't have as much funding as they used to. They have to not have as much funding as they used to because after like No Way Home, it's been like just the garbage end of CGI. It's like watching Zack Snyder.
A part of it is like, from what at least I've read, they have so many like rewrites and reshoots in these movies that the CGI people cannot
Keep up.
They're
They're
they
so
can't keep
far
up with the
behind.
changes.
Yeah,
They
but I
keep
mean-
getting further and further
I mean,
behind.
it looks like CGI from 15 years ago.
That's what happens when you can't fully bake it.
Yeah.
You get CGI from 15 years ago.
Yeah.
It's only half done.
Yeah.
Like, we haven't added the texture to it yet.
Yeah.
It is definitely, and it's not only like Marvel. There's a lot of other.
There's a lot.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot.
Yeah, it's just that Marvel is supposed to be some cohesive universe, and
It should look.
when I'm watching Iron Man and it's holding up,
Wait a minute. Which part of that is probably because in the first Iron Man, at least, some of that suit is practical.
well, even Iron Man 2,
Yeah.
like a lot of it holds up, and it becomes a lot more CGI in Iron Man 2.
Yeah.
Well, everyone after that, he basically just stopped swearing.
Yeah,
At least
A real suit.
all the background stuff. It's like he has like
like they do this face,
Yeah.
in the suit, yeah. But I mean, like, it's not like it's not like they could do it back then,
Yeah.
right? And why that was like how long ago was Iron Man?
17 years ago.
Yeah. It's a long time.
It's a long time ago, and it's better than.
Looks better.
But the specific ones I find to be offensive are this movie for the CGI and Black Widow. They were really bad for their CGI in spots.
Yeah.
In
Some
spots.
stuff looks good, and then you're like,
Yeah.
okay, so this must have had longer run time
Yeah.
in the oven.
I
And
don't know.
some stuff you're like, oh, this has to have been a reshoot.
And then the other thing is because they're doing so many reshoots on so many movies these days, and so many changes in late stages in the filmmaking process, like changing out their directors and shit. Why don't you find, like, you've been making movies a long fucking time, right? You know how to do this. Find a plan, fucking stick to it, and fucking make the movie.
Yeah.
See, what happened was
It doesn't matter.
now the people up top are pinching the pennies, and
Yeah.
they're getting their fingers. They're wanting to get their
Yeah.
fingers in there.
But I mean, like, this is like business 101. You micromanage, you fuck it up.
But that's also why they're coming out with like such like the CGI people can't keep up because they're doing these reshoots to try and fix things, but they still want it to come out on the same date they've said because they don't want to delay it, because if they delay it, that means that's more money it costs them in the long run because it's not coming out sooner. So they're not making money back.
But it means MCU is turning into Warner Brothers and Sony
Agreed.
because they're holding their thumb down on every fucking movie and every fucking director and every studio.
Yep.
And it's stupid.
It is.
And it loses them ratings. It loses them money.
Yeah. Back to this movie specifically. Why is Bucky full of shit?
That's what Sam says. This is the part you like. He gets up when he at the very end of he's like, Bucky's full of shit.
Oh,
I should have
yeah,
took the serum.
yeah, okay.
I didn't said it at the beginning of this. I'm
Okay.
like, he remembers the line.
I didn't hear him
Bucky's
say
full of
Bucky.
shit.
I didn't hear him say Bucky's full of shit. I remember hearing him say I should have took the serum.
Yeah, he's like, Bucky's full of shit. I should've took the
That's
serum.
funny.
Then like it cuts to Sam goes to visit Russ in prison, and I was surprised they actually even
got Liv Tyler back.
It spent the money to get her back. I figured they would just
Why
not
even
have
show
it.
her?
Yeah.
I mean, they may not have spent that much money to get her back.
To be fair,
I mean, she was there for 5 seconds.
well, no,
And
Liv-
she's not been doing
I was
just a
saying-
lot.
I think Ethan was referring to she doesn't do a whole lot of shit anymore.
Yeah.
She doesn't. I mean, she was on some TV show, but I don't remember what it was called. But, I mean, since the Hulk and Lord of the Rings, I'm not sure of something I've seen her in outside of that TV show
Yeah.
and this.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing her. Maybe it's just she's playing in movies that I have no interest in watching, and I don't know she's
Look
in
it up.
it.
What?
I looked it up.
What?
Liv Tyler returns as Betty Ross, securing her highest Hollywood salary at $3 million.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid.
Did you think it wasn't going to be a lot?
It's stupid. It's fucking stupid. No wonder they can't afford good CGI.
That is the problem. That's all the problem. Is that this reportedly this movie cost like somewhere between like $400 and $500 million to because of the reshoots and essentially they shot it twice essentially.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots.
Wow.
Which made it. I don't even know if it made its money I don't even know if it made its budget back. I'd have to look. I think it made around $400 million, but don't quote me on that.
Well, I mean, do you remember I'm trying to think of really bad Marvel movies.
413.6 million worldwide.
So, did they do a lot of reshoots for like Iron Man 3?
I was not as plugged in back then, so I could not tell you. I don't think so, but I don't know.
Yeah.
It said the reported budget was 180 million.
Yeah, they lied.
But some sources say the final budget was higher, potentially reaching 300 million or 380.
Well, I'm also factoring in marketing budget and shit.
Yeah. Not just
That's
production.
That's that film budget, and you also have to factor in 100 to 150 million on top of it.
Yeah.
So there's no way it made any money. It made zero money.
I mean, it's a nice callback because they haven't really referenced anything hardly from the Incredible Hulk movie.
Besides
not
people.
really outside of this movie.
I mean, like Abomination.
They mentioned it before, yes, but I mean they haven't really.
Yeah, there's not been a lot of mention to it.
There's some mention of something in Harlem in one of the movies, but that's like one of the only direct references that I can think of before Abomination shows up.
That may have even been on the Hawkeye TV show.
Maybe.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either.
And then Joaquin is Sam goes to visit Joaquin while he's in the hospital. He's woken up and he's like, "He gave me the hookup. I need new wings. I need to vibranium wings."
Yeah, he's like, he does. I actually, now that you say that, I remember it. He talks about wanting to get in contact with the Wakandans.
That is not what I read in your note here.
What'd you read?
I said get Joaquin
A hookup, Sam.
to hook up with Sam.
No.
Is what I read, and I'm like, that is a left turn.
No, that's definitely not what I have wrote down.
That is a left turn. I'm sure there's a lot of people who would go for that thirst trap, but I mean, not a me thing.
Yeah, and then
my boss maybe
the end credits, which is an actual end credits. There is no mid credits, post credit scene.
Yeah,
is Sam goes to visit Stearns and Stearns is like, "I seen it coming in the calculations. The others are coming."
Yeah, yeah.
Which is vague enough that this
Like
could have
other
been
universe.
Well, no, it could have been Kang.
Yes,
but it also just could be Doctor Doom hype, and they're just like, it works. It's fine.
It was one of the more ham-fisted ones I've seen.
Yeah. So now onto the ratings. IMDb has it at a 5.7 with 135,000 reviews, and Rotten Tomatoes has it at a 47% tomato meter with 344 reviews and a 77% popcorn meter with 10,000%. 10,000% reviews. 10,000 reviews. Jarrett, you made the script. Start us off, bud.
I'll preface this because Ethan's going to be like, there's no way, fucking way, it should be this high. My expectations coming into it, because I had seen all this stuff about all these rewrites and all these reshoots, I'm like, this is going to be a dog shit movie. There's no way it's going to be even slightly enjoyable.
Okay.
I had a terrible day when I went to go fucking watch it. It was a terrible day.
You had to go try to watch it twice, didn't you?
Yes.
Okay. That's what I thought.
Terrible day. I went to Bluff. Their theater was broke. So then I had to wait till the next day. and I had to drive all the way to Cape. I was like, oh, fucking, I was mad. Anyway, 8.25 because my expectations were so low. I was like, oh, I watched it in theaters. I was like, you know what? That was not the worst movie I've ever seen. It was actually kind of enjoyable.
It's me. I'm going to also preface this with I read the reviews, not read, but I looked at the reviews and expected so little out of this fucking movie that I then enjoyed it. I'm going to give it a 7.9. It was on par with The Last of Us for me.
What?
Yeah. Season 2 specifically. Season 2
You
specifically.
are on drugs. What the fuck? No. No, that's stupid.
All right, you're up, bud.
I had no expectations for this either. So your guys' vote doesn't even fucking matter.
No. We had expectations.
They were low.
You have no expectations. That's different. That you're going in blank.
Yeah.
We had a negative perception imposed upon us by other people. And we were like, hey, it wasn't that bad.
I didn't think it was going to be good because Marvel has not been really hitting home runs lately, okay?
They're betting like 500.
No.
No, it's like a good one, bad one, good one, bad one, good one, bad one.
No, it's not. It's like bad, bad, good. Bad, bad, good. It's like They're betting like...
Movies, TV shows.
They're betting like 180. Movies. I mean, this is like a pitcher.
The last movie that came out was Guardians 3. You can tell me Guardians 3 is bad?
Guardians 3 was not bad.
Yeah. One came out before that was bad. It was Ant-Man.
Yeah.
One before that was...
Don't remember.
Spider-Man? No. I wouldn't have get.
No.
Black Panther. Decent.
Bad.
Yeah.
It fucking sucked.
Bad.
It fucking sucked.
We'll agree to disagree.
You want to give your rating?
My rating?
I thought you did.
I mean...
He did not.
I mean, 5. 5... I'll give it 5.25 for effort.
5.25 for effort.
Because they made it through the horrible process that they created themselves.
Yeah.
Yes. So...
I'm also I almost want to see, even if it looks shitty and it's unfinished, I want to see what the hodgepodge was before all the reshoots. You know what I mean?
It won't make me feel better about
I don't think it would either, but I just want to see it because I want to see how
different,
bad, good. Like, was it better? Was it worse?
The dialogue was bad. The story was a fucking mess. The CGI sucked. And a lot of the acting was a little subpar for normal things, let alone Disney, which they should have good acting because they can fucking afford it.
Yeah.
And if they had done better, they'd have made more money on it.
Can't argue with that part.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Theoretically.
All that stuff, it just adds up to people who could do better did not do better. People who know how to make movies made a pile of trash. It's the same problem with Black Widow, which I think I gave like a 6.2. But I like the story in Black Widow. So
it just should have came out earlier.
It should have come out earlier.
So there's stakes.
Yeah.
So I say stakes like a main character was going to die in a Marvel movie.
Yeah.
I just there's no way I could have given this any higher than
the illusion of stakes.
5.5. There's no way I could have given this higher than 5.5. It's just it speaks about everything that I find to be wrong with Marvel MCU in general these days. So there you go.
All right. Well, that will wrap up this episode. We appreciate you guys listening, and we hope to catch you on the next one.
Deuce.
Bye.